Hiya folks, how you doing? It's Workers and Resources Soviet Republic again in the winter Let's Play. And today we're gonna see if my plan for the heating is gonna work or whether I've set myself up for a fall by splitting the heating because we're going for a hard landing. Like, we're in September, it's -1 degrees and it's only going to get colder. Um, yeah, we need. I'm doing something a bit different here than I usually would. Usually, I would never say to invite citizens when it's just about to be winter. Uh, I would usually advise wait until the next year and invite your citizens then, so you don't have to worry too much about your heating taking a little while uh, to spool up. But in this, like, it does, we're not really going to have a choice. It's going to be like July next year by the time we could do that, and then it will only be a couple of months till winter anyway. And even in the summer, it doesn't get that warm, and we're still going to need to have heating even in the summer, I think. So yeah, that's what's happening today. I've built everything that I think we need built. I've not built like the school or the university or most of these houses because we're only going to invite a small number of people, and then we'll use our own citizens to finish off these buildings because they're not that urgent. The pool and the cinema probably first. Um, yeah, all we need to do is just say that we want 20 people to work on there, and a crane will come along and they'll get done within a few in game days. So, yeah, a couple of things happened while I was running the game in between episodes. I bought some snowplows. I bought quite a lot of snowplows. In fact, they're the same ones as those bulldozers. I think I mentioned those in there. They're really good at snowplowing. Uh, I think I've got more down here. Yeah, we're gonna need those. All our roads are finished. Those happened surprisingly early on, after the end of the last episode, or maybe even during it and I didn't even notice. So that was pretty cool. What else? I got a couple of extra dumpers as well because things were taking a bit too long for there, and that's fine because we can reuse these big ones to deliver coal to the heating plant, which is going to be something we're going to deal with in a second. Um, and did I? Yeah. Okay. So I did a little trick here where the buses, like, usually I wouldn't put them on auto search at all, um, but I was getting a bit annoyed because I manually, like, all these little bits that need buses that can't be done by a bulldozer. Once all the roads were completed, I switched that on just for a second, let them finish it, and then I'll switch it back off. Once we've got our own citizens, we can let them. We can probably redo our construction setup because we'll be able to use our workers better. So let's get all the setup done that we need. Obviously, we've built a shop, but we don't have any stuff in there, so we only want a little bit of clothes and electronics. There's no drinking water, so we need technical services, we need fire engines, um, and we need fuel for there, we need ambulances, all that stuff. So the first thing I want to do though is I want to deliver coal to here. So let me find. I don't think I have a depot yet. So let's get a couple of depots. We'll get one here, and we'll get one up this way. I'll probably move these later on. Don't read too much into where I'm putting those. Mostly, I just want somewhere to put these giant Maz dumpers, so that we can set them up to deliver fuel. And then I also want to grab these two microbuses. Do I want the two microbuses? I don't need 25 people. Okay, yeah, we'll move these ones down because we're going to need workers in the heating plant, and because things are very cold right now, We want to deliver. We want to make sure that we're delivering um, foreign workers to heat things up before we invite our own citizens. So we'll get the coal first. Coal. Drop off coal. Wait until unloaded. Off you go, and your buddy can do the same. And then those buses will come down there, and we'll set them up once there's actually coal for them to burn. I would like a distribution office, just one maybe. I'll put it there. I don't know if that's where it's going to stay. I have a feeling it's not, but maybe we'll probably leave it there until we finish upgrading, finish researching proper ones. So we want covered hull. I kind of like these. Is it chapel? I don't know. I don't speak Hungarian, but yeah, we'll grab a couple of these. I know it says refrigerated there, but that's actually covered hull. It's just got refrigerated skin. Yeah, I need to go through the mods and remove some of the ones that are a bit dodgy, like that one that says it's refrigerated but isn't. And there's a bunch of ones that show up as personal cars, but are actually cargo vehicles. Yeah, I don't want any of that. So yeah, we'll do that, and I don't think we need 6.5 tons of meat, but we'll get this one that's a bit faster but smaller. And which customs house do we want those to come from? I'm thinking we need it to come from this one actually. So yeah, load it from here, unload it there, make it like 80%. I'm not too worried about these ones running half empty because they're so far away from here. Once we get a lot of people eating a lot of food, by the time it gets to there, it recalculates how much it needs. So if it says it only needs 20% of its capacity, but by the time it gets there it needs 50% capacity, it will still pick up 50%. So that's all good by me. And I'm not going to run any lines directly to the building because we'll just use the distribution office because that way we can use it for the prison and potentially also an orphanage later on if our population growth isn't going fast enough. I don't think we need that much population, right? Because we've got the heating plant as the only thing we really need workers for, and then our first industry is going to be a coal power plant. We'll probably plan that in this episode, and yeah, we can. That's only what's that, like 20 people. So this microbus route is probably going to be the one that supplies that. What I would like, in fact, is what's the quickest way? It must be that way, yeah. Let's get. Where are you? Where are you? Depots. I wanna. It's weird that the end stations are in the same place as the depots. Do I want there? I don't want to go this close because it'll take up space in our city. So let's just chuck it there. It's still within power range. That's going to let us space out those microbuses. We probably will only need 3 or 4 to supply the heating plant and the power plant. Possibly actually probably maybe 5 or 6, just so that we can ensure that we have a consistent supply even when there's snow on the ground, which is going to be pretty soon. So yeah, we'll pause for a second because I don't think I've got anything that needs the game to be running. This is all up and running. This is all full now. Where is our other one? We should have a distribution office somewhere for fuel. Where did I put it? There it is. There you are. Send that to there, and then we'll eventually get it sent to this one once it's constructed. What's the other thing? Oh yeah, the police station as well. We'll get it sent to there as well. Right. Fire engines. I like this fire command car. It's basically, so usually in vanilla I would use this FZK. It's only got four workers per truck, but it goes 90 kilometers an hour, which I find is really useful. if you can get to the fire quick enough, chances are you don't actually need that many firefighters to put it out. And we're going to be running low population as well anyway, so that's probably a good idea for us. But the M21 fire car is pretty much the same thing, but it's a bit more expensive, but it's significantly faster. So once we eventually upgrade to asphalt roads, this will be much more effective. So I'm just going to buy 4 of those. Once they arrive, I'm going to adjust it so that there's only 8 workers instead of 16, because I don't think we need that many. The exception being if we get an earthquake, then we probably want to have more, but then we can just adjust the number of workers in the fire station, and that should get people there to work quickly enough that it's not necessarily that much of a problem. And same here, like for ambulances, the speed is the only thing that matters. Well, some of the mod ones might say that it can carry more than 1 passenger, but it doesn't actually do. They actually can't. Like, as they're operating as an ambulance, they'll only go and pick up 1 person at a time. So speed is the only thing that matters, and cost, of course, but speed is what I'm caring about here. Honestly, it doesn't matter that much. That you could go for the cheapest one, and it would be fine, because the vast majority of times they're going to drive out here and they're going to spend their whole time on the footpaths. People only get sick when they're at home, or like sick enough to need an ambulance. So putting this right next to our houses is the best way to do it. So they're almost always just going to be driving out to this junction here, going onto the footpaths and going onto there, at which point the speed just makes no difference whatsoever, because they can only drive 35 kilometers an hour on the paths anyway. But yeah, it makes me happy thematically to be able to have those. And they're not coming out. Oh, are they all coming from this one? Oh, that's a shame. That's going to block our trucks. Oh no, it's not, because they've already filled it up. That was quick. I guess 2 of those trucks is exactly 1 heating plant's worth of coal. So they emptied themselves out and then went back and refilled themselves to full, and they're still full. So that's good. That's an auspicious beginning. What else? We definitely don't need 30 people here. 10 would be good there. Probably only need like, in fact, I'll leave it on 5 just now. Sometimes when you invite citizens, some of them aren't particularly, some of them are like less healthy than they would be for longer term. So we'll leave it on 5 right now, but once they've had their initial medical treatments, to bring them up to our Republic's standards, then we can probably drop that down to 2. And then 10, this one, same again, like there's a chance that when we invite the people in, they'll all try and go shopping at the same time. So I'm leaving that on 10, but 5 would probably do us. And then the firefighters, yeah, as I said, that's just needs to be 8. And then we'll do something similar for the other service buildings once they're done. Last thing we need to do, is it the last thing? I think it's the last thing. Yeah, let's take this, point it at this. Yeah, this isn't the thing I was about to say was the last thing, but it's something that I remembered is a case. I don't think we actually want to use the buses for anything right now. All the construction that we're going to be doing is going to be like this. You can have like 20 people at the cinema. And the cinema is the first thing yeah. Cinema, then pool, then school, then probably a bunch of these garbage containers, and then the university, and then the justice buildings. I did get the sewage tank and the water tank done with foreign labour, just because it makes things so much easier for technical services. What would also make things easier for technical services is actually building a technical services, which I just realised there that I'd forgotten to do. So that's what we're doing there. Everything can just go to this one. This can be our like city supply one, and this can be our like importing coal and cargo stuff. Anything that is not super sensitive to being in a traffic jam can go to this one, and then this one can be reserved for our city stuff that needs to be the needs that need to be met immediately, essentially. So yeah, we essentially just need one water and a sewage truck, and we need one big garbage truck, and probably a couple of smaller ones. And we'll go for the chapel, cesspool, whatever. I'll get two of those. I'm always suspicious of these because like the amount that they can actually carry doesn't really give you a good the way they work and the way they have to go up and down footpaths and stuff means that their actual capacity doesn't necessarily correlate to how effective they are in reality. So yeah, we'll run the time so that they can get their first things done and just get that water delivered. And in the meantime, we'll get our not there, not oh in fact yeah no there yeah go there go here go to the customs house, pick up people, drop them at the heating plant, go copy to there, and then like yeah you can do line spacing for now, and that will make the needle go up, and it should mean that despite the fact that it's -10, all of these buildings will get their heat up and their internal temperature will be correct. And once that's the case, and once the water's delivered, we should be pretty good. You've got 11 meters. You're going to the heating plant. You're not even going to go to the city yet. Well, it's just fair. The heating plant needs water too. I think I planned out a water substation next to it to cover that, which will make that much more efficient. But yeah, it's not up and running yet. It's not a high priority. Yeah, we can do some of this though. There's nothing down there. Make some prioritization in traffic. Yeah, no, yeah. For now, we'll probably switch it later on. This one, yeah, we'll prioritize stuff going this way because that's what we're going to be doing for now. If we have like high volume industries in that direction later on, then maybe we'll change it. We can change everything anytime we want. Yeah, okay, cool. That should get our traffic flowing a little bit faster. Building is without power supply. Yeah, that's awkward. I guess I missed one. Cool, okay, we need to let that happen. In the meantime, we'll send these home. Because, like, yeah, there's no point delivering workers when they can't do any work. And yeah, this is the one that has cranes. It is assigned to everything, right? So anytime the game only sends cranes to buildings when there's actual workers there or on their way, so that should work out really well. That's why I want to do them just one at a time rather than just doing like 5 people here, 5 people there, 5 people the next place, etc. Doing it one at a time means that the cranes will come to the right place, because otherwise you end up with like 5 people here and 1 person here and the cranes here, so the 5 people here are much less effective. But yeah, cool. This one just needed some workers, right? 41 workers, and it's not going to work because I already set this over. This needs to be here. Okay, I should have spotted that in between episodes, but yeah, we can just do there. And it's snow time, so it's at 12th of October. Cool. I was wondering about that because I missed it the first time around. I think it's 12th of October to the 12th of May, which is ridiculous. That's like 7 months of winter. So yeah. Um, this heating plant is going to be like the linchpin of our strategy. While we're waiting for this to be done, I'll put a little notification on it. I've been thinking about how are we going to do our electricity, our power plant. I mean, we're just going to build a power plant. That's going to be the way things work. I'm thinking like here is probably the best bet. Yeah, it's not too steep. Um, and then we want to supply coal to both of these, but we want to prioritize the heating plant because yeah, the heating plant is what stops our people from dying. um, so the way we're going to do that is we're going to get a aggregate storage, 1,000 tons. How much does it use? I think it's 24 tons per day. So probably 1,000 tons isn't enough. Um, let's go for 2,000 tons, and that should do pretty well because we can do it like this. I don't like that. I don't like that. Let's do it like this. Maybe that might be better. Yeah. Okay. Right. I like that. We're not going to connect it straight away though. We're going to do it like that, and this one is going to get a conveyor engine, and we'll figure out where the road for that goes later. And what that leaves is this little input here to connect to a harbour later on if we need to. And I found in my mods, I've got these bulk harbours which have both inputs and outputs. So I could build that like here, and there's three different sizes as well. So we could build that here, import coal into there, but then also export gravel from that we've made from the rocks here. So that could be a really good thing to do. But going back to where we were, the the conveyor engines here, they actively will pull coal out of there and keep this full all the time. Whereas the just straight connection like that won't do that. It'll just like share inventory. They'll keep each other at the same level. So that'll always make sure that the heating plant gets coal first before the power plant does. Um, and yeah, that just means all we need to do is make sure that we can keep this aggregate storage filled up, and we should be good. And there's our electricity. So back back in back in business with those buses, and let's just put some roads in here. We've all our construction vehicles are sitting idle right now, so um, I think we might as well get them delivering materials to what we're gonna do, uh, and then two for this, and I guess we can just go around here. It's a bit awkward. Hopefully that's not going to interfere with some other infrastructure in the way. Hopefully we can um, still get our pipes in place with this. Should be fine. Like it's just a dirt road, so we can always remove it and replace it if we need to. But yeah, that will let our cargo, like our dumpers and our concrete mixers and everything, have something to do while we're inviting people. So let's take a look here, right? So that's going up, not particularly quickly, but I guess we didn't have entirely the full amount of people. Um, you are not up the way up. You're going up pretty slowly though. You're going up quicker, which is interesting because you're right next to that. Uh, let's get them both open. One right next to it, one far. This one doesn't have heating. What's farthest away? This one. Okay, no. So it's about the same. It's about the same. It should be fine then. I'm a little concerned about how slowly those went up, because once we have people in here, that they'll start consuming that. And I'm also a little concerned about how the temperature at the top of there, there's still a little bit of grey at the top. That's not what I was meant to click on. Okay, no, that seems normal. Is that, what am I clicking on there? Yeah, yeah. Okay, this one doesn't have a thermometer. Okay, so yeah, maybe that must be normal then. Cool. So I think we're okay. I think that's good. It's got power. It's got heat. It's got water. It's got a sewage connection, and the trucks to take it away. They've got places to work. They've got food to eat. They've got hospitals to visit, and they will have other stuff as soon as they're done there. So yeah, I think we're good to go. Yeah, so I'm going to pause just so that we can do that. And just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then just fill up the rest. I'm not going to worry about leaving space for expansion because it's not going to be long until we start building the rest of these. I built these two like with a building site in between, just because those were the first two to get all their materials. So I was just like, let's just build those ones, and we'll leave the rest. But we will build them all eventually. So yeah, let's unpause. I'll go here. Take a look at the temperature. I want to see what the temperature looks like once these people start living here. If it stays there, because we're at minus 22. People are kind of looking happy. We've got, yeah. Are we going to get people coming here? I don't think, oh, we are. We've got more people than I thought we did. What's on the way here? We're getting 2 cranes? Oh, we're getting 3 cranes. That's luxury. And so that means we can take like 50 people if we want. I don't think we have 50 people to work there, but look at that. That's loads of people. That's crazy. Okay. Okay. What's our percentage? 28% higher education? I'm not too happy with that. That's a bit lower than I really want. Which is entirely my own fault, to be fair, because I didn't. I'm the one who just invited a bunch of people, so I'm the one who was in control of that. But yeah, I think we're good. No school. People can't go to school. Like, we know that because we haven't built the school yet. That's fine. They can't go to the kindergarten because, yeah, we haven't built a kindergarten. But we've got more people than we're using right now anyway. So let's drop this down to like 30. In fact, we can drop it down to 20. Because I think it's going to finish itself even if no new people come. And that starts putting people into there. We'll buy a few more of those nicer buses. And by a few more, I mean 4 more. And then we're going to transition over to using our own people for that. That's so many people. That's so like, I don't know what's going on. I guess it's because we don't have our service buildings, so they're not going to a place where they otherwise usually would be. Like, usually they would go and work in the service buildings, and you'd have less people left over. But yeah, cool. Okay, where are our buses? So I'm just gonna. Alright, right. I'll give it a second for them all to get parked up, and then I'm going to copy that and then adjust the line itself. Temperature's alright. It's kind of flickering. I'm not too. I'm a bit concerned about that because this is probably the building that's furthest away from all of our heating things, and the heating things are all totally full. But this is flickering. This one's flickering, but less. This one's flickering is a bit lower. So I'm a little worried because this goes down. This can go down to like minus 35 degrees or something crazy like that. I'm a bit, yeah. Concerns popping up in my head. Well, like, there's nothing we can do about it right now. By the time we built more pipes, the winter would be over. So yeah, so copy to there. edit the thing, right? So come from the bus stop instead. Load workers. Get rid of the customs house. Off you go. And then do these get the start buttons? Yeah, start. Cool. And yeah, line spacing is on. I don't know how effective line spacing will be when it's all snowy, because they'll be going very slow because of the snow anyway. But it should be good. And then we want notify me when production will stop, because that's going to be important. I don't think, like, in the normal biome, that's not too much of a problem because it'll stop for a little while and then it'll start up again and it'll catch up. But in this biome, I think that could turn into quite a problem. So I want to know. Wow. Okay, so those ambulances are very loud. Yeah, cool. Okay, so yeah, we're just going to get the rest of these buildings built. That one's done. We definitely don't need 18 people in there. Stop production. I think that's probably just, yeah. So yeah, we've got no workers there. That's not going down too quick though, so I think it's alright. I think it's just because all of our buses are bunched up at the bus station at the same time now. So this is the one we're waiting on. It's got 10 full workers, so yeah. I think we're probably going to find that our buses don't deliver everyone all the time. They'll have more people than they can deliver. But as soon as that arrives, that should be fine. Yeah, that's dropping a bit. It's dropping faster than I would expect it to in any other scenario, but heating problem, right. What's that? The shop. Okay. Yeah, so that's just dropped way quick. But now all those turned up at the same time. They've dropped off a whole bunch of workers. It's all up to 100% percentage with only 18 workers, which is interesting. And that should just fix that pretty quickly. Yeah, cool. Okay, so yeah, if that stops production, we don't have a lot of breathing room. Well, let's just say that. Right, school. Let's get 20 there. There's only one space for a crane, so we'll just do 20 there. This one has no space for a crane at all, so I'm just going to say like one worker here. Oh, one worker here. One here, just to get all these bits done. Yeah, because there's no space for a mechanism, and then I can put 20 on, like, we've got like 5 people who haven't got a flat yet, so I can put 20 on there, and that'll date the other 2 cranes. And hopefully that still results in people going here. No, apparently not. Okay, we need to fix that. You can be like 2 people, that should be plenty. You can be 5 people. You can, yeah, no, we'll keep that. You can be like two people as well. You can be like 2 people. And then we can drop this down to like 10. And 10. And we'll see how that affects that. See if people start showing up here. I hope they do, yeah. Cool. As long as we've got at least a trickle of people showing up there, then we should be good. Yeah. Cool. That's all good by me. And then the other thing we have is the possibility of using this. I guess this can come from the bus station now. I don't want to use these big buses, though they're not super big buses. There's only like 25 people, but we're going to send them there, and I'm going to buy a couple of personal cars, a couple of Trabbies probably. Yeah, we Trab 460 rubles. We'll buy a couple of them. They can only carry 4 passengers each, which is helpful because we don't want to We don't want our construction buses showing up here, taking up all of the workers, and then our heating buses can't get anyone. That's just no good for anyone involved. So yeah, we'll send, that's not the right button. Yeah, we'll send them to do this and we'll get the end station done. Because this bus route is so critical for our survival, that I want to make sure that's running as efficiently as possible, as quickly as possible. Yeah, notify me if goods are missing, please. You're okay, you're okay. Health is not super great. We didn't give him a. Yeah, no, it seems okay, seems okay. We didn't give him a pull straight away, so there was a bunch of people probably lost a bit of health by not being sporty enough. I don't know the exact mechanics on that. Maybe it would have had to be a longer. Maybe it would have had to be a longer time without that for that to have any general effect. But yeah, yeah, this is going pretty well. Better than I was expecting, to be honest. uh, I think this has probably been a really good idea. It's minus 35 degrees. We just do a quick tour. What? Nothing is too cold. Where's our overlay? That's probably a better way to see things. Interior, heat water tank. Yeah, yeah. That's beautiful. Bring a tear to my eye. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. I'm not gonna lie. Like after my first attempt on this biome, where everything just went horribly wrong pretty quickly, I was fully braced for that to be the case, and have to try and salvage it somehow. But I think we're good. I think we're good. Why are you not doing the thing? Do the thing, please. Um, yeah, and so those Trabants can bring some workers to work on here. The yeah, I guess we've got too many unfinished buildings, so they're not doing that. In fact, you know what? I can fix that. In fact, I already have fixed that. I've already got a construction group that works on there. So yeah, cool, cool. This is all the cargo stuff, and not the buses. So we can just assign that to literally everything, and it'll be fine. Yeah, cool. The school is finished. We absolutely don't need 30 teachers. 5 is probably overkill, but we'll leave that. We'll leave that for now for all the people who grew up without an education in the last 3 months since we invited people, or well, probably like 1 month. I didn't pay too much attention to that. Then what else do we want to build? Maybe we'll just have one thing in construction in the city from now. With so we'll put that up to 20 people. No, in fact, we'll leave it on like 10 people, and that should maintain a decent amount of workers at the bus station, and that will allow us to use this construction office with the Trabies to uh, to build some of this other stuff like the 1, 2, 3, and that should be fine. Cool. So yeah, I guess we're kind of at a place where we just need to keep building more of these. Uh, yeah. What else do we need? We'll plan out a kindergarten actually. We might as well. All our houses are here, and if we're going to put any more, they're going to be around here. So probably next to this junction would be a good place for that. What size do we want to go for? Probably this medium size one. Probably it will do the job. In fact, you know what? We can put it here because I think this medium size one would only really cover these ones, or if not, if it can cover more than this, then later on when we replace these with bigger, better houses, that'll be better. And then if we do build houses over here, we can build another kindergarten, and it'll be fine. So yeah, chuck it in there. And then yeah, we can just keep building these garbage stands one at a time. This one I want hazardous waste, because the hospital produces hazardous waste. I want to make sure that can be picked up. Yeah. So that's all we need. I guess I guess this should be the case. Um, I want to put in a high voltage switch, like here, and that can just be 2. And then I want to use undergrounds because we can output 18 megawatts through this, but we've only got 15 megawatts right now. So I want to make sure that 15 megawatts is a very short wire, so that later on when we can upgrade that, we can delete it and replace it fairly quickly with a minimal downtime. And then that means we've got 2 outputs here, and I'm literally just going to do that. That's going to be 24 megawatts worth plugged in there. In fact, what's the maximum that can do? Maximum circuit breaker 23 megawatts. Yeah, so that's fine. These wires will be able to take the full production of that. What's going on? Come on. Yeah, and like I said in the last episode, I'm not going to bother trying to directly supply our power network with this coal power plant. It's just all going to go off the border. We're just going to sell all of it for 38.38 rubles per watt. And then we're going to buy it back for 0.43 rubles, which is, so we'll lose 0.05 rubles of the value, which is what, like slightly more than 10%, like 11 or 12% of the value. But in exchange, we'll have like 100% reliability in our network, in our electrical network. And personally, that's my preference. Like we're not delivering them money. We're not delivering them electricity for our financial gain. We're delivering it because it's a prerequisite to any of our buildings working. So reliability is absolutely the name of the game. Yeah, cool. Okay. I mean, we've got like only 7% of our people have kids, so this isn't a super high priority. I'm still worried about that 26% higher education. That's something I think we should solve. So don't want 40, I want 20. Let's put 20 in there, and let's also buy like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another 30 there. That brings up to 35%. Still a little lower than I'd like, but once we get the technical university up and running, that should allow us to staff it up and make sure we have enough highly educated people. And I'd forgotten that I went for a technical university instead of a headquarters of the party. I still think that's the right decision. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It's not. We're going to end up with a headquarters of the party at some point anyway. They're not too expensive, especially now that we've got our own workforce. So if we decide we really need some proper distribution offices, then we can get that. But I don't think we've got anything set up that would require that. So yeah. What else? bus stop. We need somewhere to drop off all our people. So do we put a bus stop like that? That works quite well. Do it like that, and then kind of curve it around as much as it'll go. Oh, that wasn't as far as I was hoping, but yeah. And yeah, notify me when it's finished, please. Notify me when this is finished and when this is finished. We can send workers to do 1, 2, 3 things. That should be fine. That should be fine. We've only got a couple of travies, so we should always have enough workers. And that bus station, there's something weird about that bus station. Like, it's this one, right? The the things are the wrong way round. Like, yeah, the entrances and exits are the wrong way around for a right hand drive station. Like, if we look at one of the other ones, it goes into the right and out to the left so that they don't cross over each other. Whereas this one, it goes into the left. It goes out to the right and drives along the right hand side of the road. But people getting in have to do a left hand turn across the traffic that's coming out. So yeah, that's weird. But yeah, cool. Okay, it doesn't matter. We don't have enough. We don't have enough. We don't have enough traffic to really make that a huge issue. So yeah, we'll just not worry about it. But yeah, I think. What are you unhappy about? Crime. Yeah, we'll need to sort that. You're only a little bit unhappy about crime, like right 2.1. We're still 1% criminality. We can do these buildings one at a time after that, and it'll be fine. We're not pressed for that. Minus 38 degrees. It's cold. It's pure Baltic. Uh, yeah. Well, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of struggling to find like interesting things to do for the recording. I think we're probably going to call this an episode, and I'll let it run a little bit to get this stuff constructed, and then we can. Then once that's done, we'll get our logistics updated, our worker logistics, our coal logistics updated over here, and we'll get exporting coal power, and then we'll start thinking. We'll do like maybe a planning session of how else are we going to make money, where else are we going to get resources, and what else are we going to do. Maybe once this is done, our first move will be to research the geology so that we can see where the resources are. It would be really cool if there was like coal or something on this mountain. Like because we're going to be building an aggregate harbour here to import coal. Ideally, we will be. I'm not 100% on that yet, but because that's a potential thing we're going to do, having some sort of mineable aggregate around this area would be really great. Apart from the gravel, which we definitely already have, coal would be perfect because we could just feed it all into here. But I'm not too fussy. But yeah, I guess there's no point borrowing trouble. We will find out when we find out. Um, so yeah, that's it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.